So like I said, I was the life of the party all the time for years. My God, for years. I was on every scene. Um, love to take me a drink or two. Um, I basically let off the cognac probably about 8 years ago. Like me and cognac, it's just a bit much. So I'm more of like a tequila person these days, thinking I'm like Latino, you know. So anyway, I like I said, I had been in pain literally all to 2025. Like legs hurt, hard to get out of bed, just laying in bed. I mean, you talking about late to work? Not 5 minutes, not 10 minutes, not even that grace period of the 15 minutes. I used to be hours late to work because I just had no energy and I was just in pain and sleepy again and sleepy even more. And I'm like, something is wrong. Like my back started hurting a lot. Um, I started using the bathroom a little bit too much. I'm talking about the number two because the number one, I was already, by the way, y'all, I already had pre-existing conditions. Um, I am hypertensive, so I take medication for that. I also have like anxiety attacks. I take medication for that. And then my D vitamins just won't stay in me for the life of me. So I take medication for that. So that's what, 3 pills at this point. So I already got all of that going on. Plus, I'm like AB positive. Good luck. Not many people is AB positive. So if you need, I want to say plasma, you fucked. And who knows if I'm going to need that later on. So anyway, did the third test and it's looking even worse. The third test really did identify something. And what that third test identified was I have an autoimmune disease. That is not, because they thought that it was going to be this. That is not rheumatoid arthritis. Um, so basically it was 4 tests that was done in one because they wasn't getting all my blood just like that. So it was 4 tests that was done. 3 came back positive and 1 came back negative. The one that came back negative, of course, was the RF factor, which is I don't have arthritis. However, the number was like a weak positive, but not enough. The other numbers was overpowering, overshadowing what the RF factor was doing, which is the arthritis, the rheumatoid arthritis factor. So, my again that C word protein or whatever, that one was super high. Well, it wasn't a test. I think it was, yeah, it was that. That one was super high. They were saying that they saw cytoplasm, um, speckled nuclear. These are all the words that just stood out for me. And speckle is a pattern of something in the blood. So you take an Anna test, and it's, I think it's 2 type of Anna tests or something like that. I don't know if it's only 2, but Anna tests basically detect if you have an autoimmune disease, something chronic going on in the body that's fighting your body inside for nothing. So what happens is something cells, your fighter cells, which I think is the white ones, they creating more and more cells, making an army fighting my organs for absolutely no reason. And that's kind of like what an autoimmune disease is. So now that I don't have rheumatoid arthritis, they looking at what could you have. So I tested positive for that, and then I tested positive for like chronic inflammation. Like it was at like a high ass number. So Anyway, this is my first week living with a autoimmune disease. That seems like it's gonna be lupus. Now I haven't saw the rheumatologist yet, but I am getting ready to. I made my appointment, and I want to take y'all on this journey because it's already basically clear to me that I have an autoimmune disease that's attacking my joints, my tissues, um chronic inflammation. I'm actually on prednisone. And to be on that is to treat lupus. Not only lupus but rheumatoid arthritis, but as I told y'all before, the area fat there is doing good. That was the only test that was in the green. I'm not gonna self-diagnose myself, but I'm just letting y'all know what is already in the green and what is in the red. So um we go on this journey together, and y'all go find out with me being 39 years old how it is that I will be living with whatever this autoimmune disease is. Um, Thank y'all for joining me, and I'm in high spirits. I really am. Like, it's not taking me years to tell y'all this story. I'm already a influencer, but God already told me that I'm gonna have a story to tell others. And if this that story, I definitely want y'all to rock with me the whole way through. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, and I'll see y'all next week, letting y'all know my situation and what it is that I did and what it is that I'm doing. And just living with me and whatever this autoimmune disease is. So thank y'all. Bye bye.